Hello everybody, welcome to the Spanish alphabet, el alfabeto español. And primero, we got A, like the A in father, but a little bit shorter, like más, or pasa, or nada, mañana, casa, encantada. We got B. The Spanish B is similar to the English B when it is at the beginning of a phrase or after the letters M or N. So like bailo, or ambiente, hablan bien, banco. It is shorter, allowing some air to pass through the lips when intervocal, located between vowels. So, bailo, bien, Iberia. C. The Spanish C has two distinct sounds, depending on its environment. That is, how it is located with respect to certain vowels. We'll be going over this short in the next slide. So, before the following three vowels, casa, so A, O, and U, unlike the English K sound, the hard Spanish C is not aspirated. That is, no air is expelled when it is pronounced. Like casa, copa, cura. So before the following two vowels, E and I, in Spain, the C before E or I is pronounced with a TH. Cero, circo. Letter CH. Gosh, until 1994, CH was a separate letter in Spanish, and words that began with this letter were found in a separate section, CH, in the dictionary after the section containing words beginning with C. It is pronounced like the English CH. So like we say like chess and charo, muchacho, chimichanga. D is similar to the English D, but it's pronounced with the tongue farther forward against the upper teeth. When initial or after the letters N or L, it is harder. So, Daniel, andar. When intervocalic, it is a bit softer, much like the voiced TH sound in the English word they. So, buena idea, nada. E, like the E in they, but without the Y glide. S, tres, mesa, deporte, in Mexico. F, or F. The Spanish F is essentially identical to the English F. So, Fernando, teléfono, flan, friend. G. The Spanish G has three distinct sounds, depending on its environment. So G, in gap, before the following three vowels, at the beginning of a phrase or after the letter N, gato, gota, gusta, so those A, O, U, and N. In other cases, such as when intervocalic, the G is softer, somewhat like the G in sugar, before these three vowels. Before A, A, I, O, and U. So pagar, lago, ego. G, as in H in harp, before the following two vowels, E and I. H, H. The H is always completely silent, like in hotel, hospital, alcohol. Hablo. I. Like the E in teeth, like the double E in teeth, or the I in machine, but shorter. Like me, niño, libro, tímido, inteligente, rico. Jota. The J is pronounced in all cases like the soft G that is much like an H in English. So like Jose, hijo, jara, atajo, ka. The K is a letter borrowed from Greek and is found only in words borrowed from other languages. The K is not aspirated in Spanish. Kilogramo, karate. L. The L is pronounced with the tip of the tongue against the alveolar ridge as in English. However, the tongue is held straight rather than slightly curled. For example, loteria, alo, azul. Elle. Same with the CH. The double L was a separate letter, different section, and it's pronounced like the English Y. Calle. M is pronounced essentially like its English counterpart. Mama, amor, mole. Enye. The N is pronounced very much like its English counterpart. Nada, Nora, Elena, Máquina. Before the consonants B, P, and V, the N is pronounced like an M. So, like un peso, un vaso, un pe. The ñ, same as the ñ is the one letter that still does not appear in the English alphabet. It is pronounced like the NI combination in the word onion, niño, mañana, año, baño. O, like in hope, but without the glide. Mono, perro, yo. And P, pe. The P is unlike the English P in that the latter is aspirated, that is, a puff of air is expelled after the lips are separated. In Spanish, we hold back the air, avoiding the pop that is heard in English. So, for example, Pablo, papa, pata, ropa. Q is always followed by U as in English, except for a few foreign words such as Iraq, although this word can also be spelled Iraq since the sound of Q is essentially identical to that of K. So, queso, pequeño, gilate, R. The R involves a single tap of the tongue against the alveolar ridge. This result is a sound much like the DD in the name Eddie. So, perro, Maria. The R. So the tongue is positioned just as with the single R, except that it is held there briefly and allowed to flap, creating the rolling effect. So, perro, barrio, derrota, alrededor, en realidad, rosa, rubio. S is essentially like the English S in most of the Spanish-speaking world. So example, sí, peso, casa, sobroso. T is similar to the English T except that it is, again, more dental. So it's like the P and K sounds, the T is not aspirated. So te, tito, tamal. U is like the U in the name Lulu, but shorter. So, unión, inusual, universidad. V, V. The V is identical in pronunciation as to be. So, voy contigo, envidida, Eva, llevar. Since the B and V sound exactly alike, we often distinguish them between one of the following methods. So, B is B grande, B de burro, or V chica, V de vaca. W, W or W. The W is a letter borrowed from English and is found only in words borrowed from other languages. So, Weltor, Vector, or whiskey. X. The X is pretty much as in English, so examen, exacto, auxilio. However, the words derived from indigenous languages, it is like a J, Mexico, mise, and like an S when initial. Y. The Y, when the word final acts as a semivowel. That is, it sounds similar to that of an I. Voy, re. When it's starting at the front, it functions as a consonant and sounds like the Y in English. Ya, re, zeta. The Z has two distinct sounds depending on geography. So in the Americas, Z is pronounced as an S in all cases. So zapato. But in Spain, Z is pronounced as a TH in all cases. So like zapato. Now, let's listen along to the Spanish video on the Spanish alphabet. Join me in singing along.